안녕하세요. Limpeh Singapore 남자씨입니다. And welcome to Ask Limpeh, the very first episode of Ask Limpeh. I'm very honored once again to have Mr. Dexter Huang, my Singaporean friend working from Shanghai right now. This is his final day here in Seoul, so I'm very lucky to get him to do this episode together. Yeah, would you like to say hello?
Hi, thank you, Jason, for having me here. It's a great pleasure. I really enjoy the videos you're making. You're really educating the people and telling them life in Korea is amazing.
Oh man, thank you so much. Okay, so let's get down to it. Okay, today we have a question from let's see. Let me check my question bank. Okay, so we have an interesting question here from Mr. Keng Leng. They say, hello, how to go about choosing a university for the Korean language program? Thanks. Oh, so you did a Korean language program here as well, right?
Yes, when I was 28, I went to Korea for 1 year and I did level 1 to level 4.
In which university?
Sogang University.
Oh, so how long was that?
It was for a period of about 1 year, slightly less than 1 year, yeah.
And for me, I did my Korean language course in Hanyang University, right? So right now, see, I think there's a lot of considerations we have to think about when choosing a university, right?
Correct.
What do you think?
I think it really depends on what kind of proficiency you want to be. You know, you want to be good at speaking, you want to be good at writing, and whether you're preparing for a job or exam, I think that's some of the consideration. And of course, the cost is a consideration.
Yeah, so it's interestingly, you would expect like the university's Korean language program to be more or less like uniform. You know, everybody should be more or less the same thing. You know, but actually it's not. Every university has its own style, its own textbook. Even the focus of every university can be very different, and you get very different things, very different methods of delivery, and very different results actually by going to a different university. So that is actually a very good question. Not all the universities are the same here, right?
Correct. You know, for Sogang, I remember they have a standard textbook, where they use it for daily classes, and then they also have this small little booklet that is used to compile all the grammar and the keywords that you're learning into one small little booklet. I thought that was very useful.
So what made you choose Sogang back then?
Among all the universities that I researched, Sogang has a reputation for getting new learners up to speed when it comes to speaking and conversations. So that was my consideration. You know, I didn't really want to do too much homework to actually do a lot of writing. I wanted to quickly get up to speed, and they said that Sogang teachers and the whole environment was the best.
For me, the only reason, see, I know Singaporeans, when you think about doing the Korean program here in Korea, you usually think about either Yonsei or Sogang, right? Like you basically compare these two, right? I went to Hanyang University only because it's near where I want to stay. Okay, that's the only reason why I went there. Okay, I didn't think that much. Okay, I was actually I kind of regret. I should have done more research and given it more thought. But in essence, Yonsei's focus and Hanyang's focus is very similar because they are both very academic universities, the top 5 universities here in Korea. So even though like I'm not from Yonsei and I didn't have someone from Yonsei, but I hope like my experience in Hanyang could actually give you guys a kind of guideline as to what to expect in Yonsei. They're not the same, but you know, just for comparison's sake. Okay. So you mentioned that Sogang enables you to speak Korean quicker. So how do they do that?
Okay, the emphasis is on speaking. So whenever we have classes, the teachers will go through the boombox, which is the grammar, and some of the new keywords, vocabulary, and then quickly the class will break into groups or break into pairs to quickly practice the conversation. So I would say that 80% of the time we are actually speaking to one another. You could be speaking to a Japanese friend, you could be speaking to someone who doesn't know English, so you are forced to use Korean to speak with you.
Whereas in Hanyang University, the focus is actually in the writing, reading, listening, and what's that? and comprehension skill. So it's very academic. Every day, I would say I spend less than 10 minutes speaking in Korean in class. Yes, we actually, me and some of my classmates, we calculated that one day in our class in Hanyang University, we spoke less than 10 minutes of Korean language. But we did a lot of writing, we did a lot of practice on the grammar and everything. So the focus in Hanyang University and what I heard as well as in Yonsei University is to enable you to get good grades in your TOPIK exam and also to be able to integrate into their degree course easier. So the focus is actually different. I wouldn't say it's good or bad, but you have to, in Hanyang University, you have to put in a lot more of your own work in order to be able to speak better. So like in Sogang, what's a typical class day like? How long is each class?
I think it starts from, it's usually about 3 hours. So if you sign up for the writing class, that's when it starts from 9 to 10. Or otherwise, you start from 10 to 12, and that is where you have the reading class and the listening class.
So during that three hours,
Yes.
how many teachers are you getting?
Okay, you get one for writing, one for reading, and one for listening.
Oh, that's
Listening and conversation.
That's very, very different from our class here in Hanyang University. Now in Hanyang University, every class is 4 hours, okay? So it's AM class and PM class. So you guys are the same, right?
Same, yep.
Yeah. So morning class runs from 9 to 1. And then afternoon class runs from 2 to 6, so it's 4 hours each. And every day you only get one teacher. You guys get two teachers, right?
Yes,
every day.
correct.
Yeah, every day we get only one teacher. But the teacher is different every other day. So in essence, you have two teachers. One comes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? Now, what happens is that the class starts off reviewing what we learned the day before, and then go into new 문법. We'll learn a new grammar every day, start to make sentences with the grammar, and then we'll do listening comprehension.
Yep.
And then after that we will do reading skill. And there is no conversation class at all in Hanyang University. There's no grouping together. There is occasionally some exercise that requires you to come together and do some things together, but that's just about it. And if you are really shy, most of the students just sit there and keep quiet. So either way, they're not practicing. So there is much lesser emphasis on that speaking part.
Yeah, Sogang it's very activity driven. Sometimes we even play games. It depends on the teachers how creative they are. They come up with games for you to practice the conversation and on your grammar. So I think it's great. It's a lot of activities, and we're speaking most of the time. And you see people every day when they come to class. Their Korean seems to have improved every day.
Wow. I did the whole thing in the Hanyang University for about 2 years. And there is one thing I kept saying, this is my own opinion, don't bash me for it. I know you guys like to bash me, but there's one sentence I say a lot during that 2 years is, I come to Hanyang, my Chinese improved. Yeah, why? Because my class, 14 like an average of 13 to 15 people per students per class, 90% is from China. And everybody's just speaking Chinese. And so nobody really, through that 2 years, I'm telling you, my Chinese improved. How's the situation in Sogang?
It's similar in the sense that if you go for the afternoon classes, back then, when I was, I'm 33 by the way, so 5 years ago, the afternoon classes were mainly Chinese students. So if you take the afternoon class, it's all Chinese students who want to take an exam to pass the topic and get into the university. But if you go for the AM classes, usually most of the students I can see, I recall that they're all Japanese, a lot of Taiwanese, a few Singaporeans, 1 or 2 Malaysians. And so it's very dynamic, it's more international.
Yeah, so in the end, in conclusion, what I gathered is that if you really want to improve your Korean speaking skill, Sogang is a better place to go to.
Yes.
And then if you want to do TOPIK exam, TOPIK exam is important for many reasons. If you want to find a job, if you want to apply for PR here, if you want to enter into a university here, a lot of times you need your TOPIK exam score And if you really want to do well in that exam, you really need to go to like this exam-focused universities like Yonsei, like Hanyang. In fact, I had like my back then level 4 students, classmates, actually passed TOPIK level 6. And they were only level 4.
Wow.
That's how intensive our learning, you know, like in the writing and everything, the essay writing and that kind of stuff is very intensive. Homework every single day. You guys have homework?
Yes, this is one of the main difference, one of the reasons why I chose Sogang, because I heard that there's much less homework, and it's true, you know, every day we get 1 or 2 pieces of assignment, but that's about it.
Wow, man. Every day we have at least 6 pages of homework, and the homework always ends with an essay. So it's always essay writing with sentence. It's exactly how we used to learn English and Chinese in secondary school. Okay, it's that style, and every day you have to submit. And if you don't submit, you actually lose score at the end of the final score. It's all scored. Everything is scored, including how much you participate in class. Everything is scored. It's very academic. Yeah. Oh, so now about the course fee. Do you still remember your course fee, by the way?
I can't really remember my course fee, but I remember that Yonsei was the most expensive. I think Sogang was slightly cheaper, which is also another consideration why I chose Sogang.
Okay. Now, I'm not too sure. You think we can find this online right now?
Yeah, they can, I mean, the viewers can probably find this on the website.
Yeah,
website.
You probably can just find this information on the website. For Hanyang University, we pay about $1,500 US per quarter. So that's about $500 US per month. Okay, so that's roughly it. But it changes all the time. Your Tenglukum changes every single semester. So whatever I say today may be different now. So you guys have to do that part of research, get the most updated one. Because you may not be watching this video on today where we post it, right? You may be watching this video many months later. So if you really need to go on the website and look for yourself what is the most updated price, because it changes all the time.
Correct. So yeah, I really think it's about what you want to do here in Korea. You know, sometimes people come here for only 6 months, 3 months. So if you want to maximize your experience and really get up to speed with Korean, I would recommend Sogang. But if you're really here for the long term, looking for a job, then I think maybe you can take Jason's advice to go Yonsei or Hanyang.
Or you can do what I'm about to do. Finish Hanyang or Yonsei and go to Sogang. I'm about to do that. I'm going to go to Sogang and start over again because I really want to improve my speaking skill.
Alright, that's a good idea.
So yeah, guys, so that's today's episode of Ask Limpeh, and you know, we're here as usual in Singaporeans' favorite hangout in Seoul, Merlion, and really thank Merlion for sponsoring. Oh, delicious kaya toast. You guys can watch my review on the kaya toast. It's really good, and coffee, right? And allowing us to use their premises for our videos all the time. And if you guys have any questions for me, okay, you want me to cover your question in Ask Limpeh next, please go to our Facebook community and drop me a private message, okay? You can see our Facebook link after this, towards the end of this video, right? And yeah, Majimakuro, please don't bash me for whatever I say. It's just my opinion, okay? If you want research facts, go Google for yourself.
Alright, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, guys. So yeah, any last words for our viewers before we go back to Shanghai?
No, I think if you're really thinking of learning Korean, I would also recommend that you take up something else other than the school. You know, for example, take up a hobby. For me, I started to learn to sing Korean songs.
Right.
And I think learning to sing helps you in picking up the language, the pronunciation much faster.
Yep, I did a video on how you can like sing with Korean anywhere in the world you are. I'll link it at the end of this video as well. Alright. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Ask Limpeh. Okay, and see you guys next time.
All the best. See you.
See you.
안녕.
안녕.